Hey, I'm Matt Shobe. I've been with 5 startups in the last 16 years, and in the last couple of weeks I watched the trilogy, original Star Wars trilogy, all 6 hours back to back with my kids, and realized in that 6 hours I could have learned everything I needed to know in that 15 years from Han Solo. So let me take you through some of the highlights here. So I got a bad feeling about this. I got a feeling in the pit of my stomach, a little bit of doubt, a little bit of concern. I'm not sure what's going to happen next. That means that I've got a real challenge in front of me. Whatever my next startup is going to be, whatever that idea is, that means it's a challenge worth going after. Don't fear failure. Failure is one possible outcome. Who cares? How do you get there? You got to have it. You got to build a team, and I think any great team begins with trust. Han and Chewie had trust with each other. They had lots of open disagreements. Sparks flew. Who knows what happened? But in the end, they got it off the ground and got going, and good stuff happened. Never tell me the odds. Yes, as a team, you're going to be facing long odds. Whatever this great startup idea you have is, it's a long shot. They almost always are. But if you've got a great team with you, you know you're taking a risk that you're slightly uncomfortable with. Be greedy when others are fearful. Fearful when others are greedy. It's Warren Buffett's advice. I think it applies well in that case. So, hacker ethos. All hail the original hacker. Take what you've got, take the resources you have, recombine them, make them work. You're doing all the pulling, sparks are flying, the good stuff is still going to happen, and I know that's something this room has certainly embraced. Now, that's important, but you got a lot of stuff to do, and you got to focus on what you do well, and there are certain things you don't do well that you should have someone else take care of for you, like fly you there. And in this particular case, outsource it, hire the team you need, add to your team to make it happen so that you can focus on what you're going to try to accomplish here. Speed and execution are critical. If you're ever going to get it done, you're ever going to get it launched, you need to be able to focus. Intent and ideas are cheap. And again, if you got somebody to help you with all those details and stuff you're not good at, you're going to be able to get the speed and execution part right. So you can prove anything you want with analytics. We just saw some wonderful visualizations that prove that. 12 parsecs, Oracle 8 was faster. Who cares? In this particular case, focus on the analytics that matter, which are your revenue, users, staff, and the stuff that you need to pay attention to actually run the business. Creative commandeering, hashtags, Xbox and Wii controller hacks, Theremin, via Wii. All that good stuff you see users doing, embrace it, celebrate it, make it part of the product if possible, because you got people who have basically hired themselves to work on your stuff, and that's awesome. So whatever you're doing, you got this team together, you're pursuing it, don't do it for money. That's the wrong reason. Do it because you've got this great goal, you've got this great team, and you've got some big plan, and if you fail again, so what? And part of that is checking your ego at the door. Humility is a big part of building that team, and understanding that by making the team the focus and what you're all about there in that case, that's the only way that you're going to get forward with this. And okay, yes, this is it. The answer is yes to any reasonable request. Humility is great, but sometimes you make a decision, you got to stick to it, and you got to say, no, we're going to do it this way. I am not a committee. We're going to make this decision, and if it's wrong, it's wrong. But more often than not, saying yes to any request is going to open more doors for you and make more things happen. I'm going to break the fourth wall here for a second, and this is a little bit of a script writing commentary from Harrison to George, but the idea is that you should use an authentic voice in your internal and external communications. People see through bullshit. People want to know that the spirit of part of why you're creating that product is in that product. And transparency as part of that communication policy is usually the best idea. And if you do make a mistake, and you inevitably will, it's more likely you'll get a pass or a second chance from that customer base, from your audience, from your partners when you screw up. So again, you're building a team here, you're going after a mission, you're trying to do something big. It's not all about you. You've got this great support group, you've got your co-founders, you've got engineering, you've got product design, you've got management. If it doesn't all work out, or it sort of worked out the first time, once you've built this great team, you might come back at the same problem or opportunity, but maybe from a slightly different angle. You all remember what you do best and how you work together, and that second outcome might be just that much more special. You never know. Now, if you get to the point where you're talking about an exit or something interesting is going to happen, negotiating is hard, at least it is for me. And you might be looking at terms that are bad, a long lockup, or something that just doesn't feel right. You've got a team, you've got a long-range plan, you've embraced the long odds, you're going to go for it anyway. So why worry about that? And yeah, this is my pause slide, I guess, but I guess if there's a lesson here, the idea would be hiding in plain sight is an interesting tactic. I hope we can all find a way to use it. I'm not a werewolf. So, yeah, and this is the one that I really want to emphasize. Well, they're all equal emphasis, but this one's +1. What good's a reward if you ain't around to use it? Well, celebrate success. If you accomplish something, you got your nose to the grindstone, you're busier than hell. Every now and then look up, say, that thing we just did, that thing we just launched, that was pretty great. We should celebrate that, we should be happy about that, not just continue to press on. So in conclusion, build a great team, be transparent, be humble, take a big risk, and celebrate your successes. Thank you. Yeah.